Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace, the game that teaches us, yes, daddy. I've been wanting to make that joke for so long. Just yes, daddy. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Hiya. I walk among the mass of people ahead, trying to follow behind the giant mound of blue fur that walks ahead of me. For some reason, today's back seems so much larger than usual. The stalls around us are all exploding with activity, with people coming and going ceaselessly. From the corner of my eyes, I can see so many familiar faces. I see Class Rep and Kyoko running a dartboard, excitedly calling people over to try them out. Saya-chan and the tennis club members are all lining up to eat some ramen at another nearby stall. Jin and Gin and Gin are arguing with each other because Gin seems to have eaten all the food they were supposed to serve their customers. Yes, Kei-kun is arguing with our teachers about something, making obscene gestures that are so unlike him. Jun's dressed as a taiko drummer, pounding on the drums on top of a stage with a bright smile on his face. Vic-kun and Ryoji are walking around and trying different games. Ryoji still looks just as bored as always, though. I also catch a glimpse of a white wolf, but he merely turns away from me when our eyes meet. For some reason, Takahiko-san is throwing a ball into a target, causing Hitoka to fall into a pit of water when he hits it. He looks so much happier than I'm used to seeing him. It's such a bizarre sight. I keep walking behind Shoichi this whole time. Hiya. But it feels like we never go anywhere. I try calling out to him, but realize my voice doesn't work. Do I need a sensor? I reach for my throat trying to utter some kind of sound, but as I grow more desperate, my voice refuses to come out. That's when I realize, despite all these people being here, despite them doing all of these things... Oh, okay. I can hear no sound. Then something begins to echo. I realize that it's the sound of rain slowly increasing in intensity. Okay, I'm gonna trust you on this. Even though it's so faint and subtle, it also feels as if it's roaring and drowning everything else out. Wait, how did I even get here in the first place? A feeling of not belonging starts to assault me as my chest grows tighter. Everything feels so hazy, almost as if it could disappear if I reached out to touch it. I close my eyes as I grip my chest. The fear that's been building up inside of me is so overwhelming that it's almost blinding. I try to remember what I'm supposed to be doing, but my mind feels as if it's covered in a thick haze. Where am I? How did I get here? Just as I feel like I might be completely taken by the confusion, I feel a hand gripping my shoulder. My eyes shoot open to reveal Shoichi right in front of me. We're no longer in the festival. I feel like this place is familiar somehow, but my mind can't connect. Shoichi's mouth moves as he begins to talk, but no sound comes out of it. My brain can't comprehend what's going on as it desperately attempts to fill the gaps. I try to understand what is going on, but the fog just continues to grow heavier. Shoichi continues to speak without making any actual sound. I can feel as if the vibrations of his voice are echoing through my body, but my ears refuse to hear. I try to look around me, trying to figure out what's going on. I feel my hand being squeezed as Shoichi suddenly leans closer to me. I love you. What? What the fuck? Everything blacks out for a split second, then as his words seemed to hit me like a truck. The whole world went dark for me. I could hear nothing but Shoichi's voice. Ah! Ah! The gays win! But just as soon as that darkness came, it vanished, bringing everything back into focus. Shoichi still stood in front of me with a big smile on his face. He looked me up and down, expectantly. My heart, which had been racing this whole time, suddenly felt like it stopped. The only sound I could hear was the rain roaring all around us. Those words kept playing on repeat inside of my head. Ugh, why is it so hard to concentrate? Unable to think of anything but the words that still lingered in the air, I nodded. Tears welled up in his eyes as the husky leaned closer to me. The smell of damp fur tickled my nose, which was funny because he wasn't wet at all. As my childhood friend approached me slowly, just a little closer at a time until our nose could almost touch. A hand cupped my cheek, stroking me softly. I tried to turn my face and look away, but he gently pulled my head right back to look at him. His lips moved one more time, even though I still couldn't hear any words. But yet, I could feel the enormity of them hitting me again. It was the same words as last time. I love you. Something wet brushes up against my lips and my brain glitches out again. Unable to comprehend what is happening, my vision goes dark. All I can feel is the gentle sensation of someone's lips pressed up against mine. I'm being kissed by Shoichi. And somehow I'm dimly aware that I begin to kiss back. It was all just a dream. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. Good night. And this is why people have crippling depression. My eyes shoot open violently. As the haze begins to lift from inside of my mind, I begin to make out shapes again. I'm in Shoichi's room? Ah, that's right. I'm spending the night here because it was too late to walk back home. The world is cruel. Everything is sad. Ah. I was dreaming? Wait, what? Why was I dreaming of that? I turn around in bed only to see Shoichi's face lying right next to mine. My whole body freezes for a second as I try to remember why Shoichi's in bed with me. My recollections start catching up with me again, and I remember accepting his offer to share his bed. I watch him breathing peacefully in his sleep. We had a dream where we kissed Shoichi. Ah! Somehow seeing him like this has such a calming effect on my heart. The rush of emotions that I had been feeling is completely drowned out, leaving only a single emotion on the forefront. The sound of my heart beating echoes inside of my head. I lean in closer to him. I can feel his breathing against my face. He looks so calm and peaceful like this. It makes me happy seeing him this way. I touch the tip of my nose against his. I can feel a desire building up inside my chest. I lean in a little further and... What the hell am I doing? My brain finally catches up to what I'm doing as the last remnants of my sleepy daze lifts from my head, causing me to immediately jump away before I can go through with what I was about to do. Get a grip, me! I lie on my back as far away from Shoichi as I can get without falling out of the bed. Covering my eyes with my hand, I let the realization of what I was about to do sink in. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with me? I have a dream of kissing my best friend and suddenly wake up only to try and do it? Hiya. That would definitely be sexual assault. getting carried away by a dream and nearly kissing someone because of it. I'm just so pathetic. It's all that damn wolf's fault for putting these thoughts in my head in the first place. I turned to look at Shoichi again. Despite my rowdiness, he still sleeps undisturbed. Good thing I didn't wake him up. That would just be embarrassing. But I can't deny that I've been thinking a lot about him lately. Even if it's just been trying to make sense of what he feels for me. 1. Haha. Haha. But I can't deny that I've been thinking a lot about him lately, even if it's just trying to make sense of what he feels for me. Whether what that guy said is true or not, I don't know, but maybe not letting my brain finish that thought, I turn around in bed and try to go to sleep. I should probably avoid having mind-shattering realizations in the middle of the night when I'm still sleepy. May 22nd, Monday, day 14. The world is cruel. The world is sad and cruel. The sound of the bell ringing snaps everyone's attention away from the lecture. My stomach is definitely thankful for the arrival of lunch break, though. Oh, is it time already? Class sure did fly today. A few students mumble half-hearted agreements, probably trying to appease the teacher. Today we had another class filled with subjects that are nowhere on our curriculum and shouldn't have been assigned to us at all. Okay. It's good that he's passionate about his work as a history teacher, but he should really focus on the stuff he's supposed to be teaching instead of just talking about whatever he wants. Well, I guess that's it for today. Make sure you kids check the material once you get home. For now, enjoy your lunches. The class mumbles a few agreements as Shima-sensei grabs his things and walks out of the door. Pretty sure we're not about to win any awards for enthusiasm. Oh, hi, Jun. I turn to my side and see Jun staring down at his books with a conflicted look on his face. I swear I can hear the gears turning desperately inside of his head. Hiya. So close. Hey, Jun, what are you thinking so hard about? I'm trying to remember all this material for the midterms. They're supposed to be the week after the festival, right? Yeah, I'm surprised you're even bothering to study for it. I need to pass if I want to go to Germany. I guess that's true. Are you feeling well, though? You only just came back to school after being on bed rest. I'm feeling fine, mostly just lost. I have no idea what any of this is supposed to be. And don't even get me started on the math. Yeah, a few days away will certainly do that to you. I give up. I can't memorize any of this. I just have a ton of dates floating around in my head, and I have no idea what any of them are for. I can try tutoring you later if you think that would help. Yeah, I think it would. Thanks. How about we talk about something else at the moment? I kind of don't want to think about this right now. Of course. Say, how was your weekend? I was meaning to visit you, but ended up getting a bit busy. Sorry about that. I did say I didn't want you guys to go out of your way for me, so I wasn't expecting anyone. Things were just really boring for the most part. Not much to do at home other than play video games, and I already beat all the games I have. What about the piano? Could have snuck in some practice at least, no? You'd think so, but my... June is a boy. But my parents didn't really want me stressing over the piano while I was recovering. Jeez, isn't that a little overboard? I know you hit your head and all, but it wasn't even a big injury. Thought you'd have been totally cleared by the weekend. You'd certainly think so. What are you... My sentence is cut off by the sound of the room's back door being opened, with Sai and Shoichi walking in together. Shoichi, get the fuck over here! Osu, morning. The difference between their greetings is certainly very noticeable. Osu, morning. Kinda rare to see you both walking in together. What gives? Nothing much. Sai-chan and I just bumped into each other in front of the door. The two of them grab chairs as Jun and I push our tables together so the four of us can sit together. We all take out our lunch boxes and put them on top of the table. You know, I have a feeling the teachers are trying to kill us from boredom before the festival so we won't be able to enjoy it. Say that to Jun. His head was about to burst just 5 minutes ago. Yuichi-san! Don't say it like that. Do you need someone to help you study? I can try to see if I can get some free time. No, it's alright. I'll be fine. How are you feeling, though? Are you sure you're well enough to be back in class? I was well enough since I got discharged from the hospital. My parents are just really paranoid. Wait, June was in the hospital? Paranoid, huh? By the way, I was going to ask before you guys walked into the room. You asked about how my weekend went, Yuichi-san, but what about yours? My weekend? Well, whenever I try to think about my weekend, that stupid dream just flashes back to my head. Actually, I'd like to ask the same thing myself. You were gone by the time I woke up and didn't answer your phone all day on Sunday. What? You guys spent the night together? Was it because of the party? Oh, right, you were going to throw a party for your dad. Yeah, Yuichi spent the night on Saturday since it was too late for him to go home on his own. Then I woke up and he was just gone. He didn't answer any of my texts either. Yeah, I just thought I should get home early. I already wasn't supposed to spend the night out, and I'm sure my mom wanted me home as soon as possible. That still doesn't explain why you couldn't pick up your phone. I was busy with homework. I let a lot of it pile up. Seriously? You're really irresponsible, you know that? I don't want to hear that after all the work I put in to help you throw that party. Then get your homework done in time. Truth be told, I just wanted to get out of this house as fast as I could. As soon as the sun cracked, I packed up my things and left. Just seeing him in front of me already has me feeling both embarrassed and anxious for some reason. I didn't want to run the risk of doing something stupid. How's your dad doing anyway? Did you like the party? He seemed to enjoy it. He was very tired from the trip, but he still socialized a lot. He was nothing but compliments for Yuichi the whole time, too. That's great! I'm really glad things worked out well. Yeah, sure. Sai and June don't even notice it. But since I was there that night, I know how torn up Shoichi is about the whole thing. I'm still angry at Takahiko-san for only criticizing his son despite everything Shoichi did for him. I saw Hitoka at the party. She stayed the night too. Who's Hitoka? She's Shoichi's little sister. She's a freshman here in our school. And I thought you weren't going to invite her to that. I wasn't. Someone else took care of that for me. Even though I'm looking anywhere but at him, I can feel Shoichi's eyes burn a hole on my face. Man, he's still pissed about that whole thing. Yeah, that was a very unfortunate decision, huh? I'm still going to get back at you for that. I think that's like June's route, and I swear to God, if I start crying, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad. What's the problem in having her there anyway? I'm sure she was all too happy to go. Oh, she sure was. Especially because this dumbass here felt the need to tell her I purposefully didn't invite her in the first place. She was all too happy to go just so she could chew me out for it. Sayo winces, scratching at the back of her neck with an uncomfortable expression. Oh, ouch. Knowing Hitoka-chan, that can't have been pretty. It wasn't. I'm really sorry? Sorry doesn't make up for it, pal. I'm gonna have your ass for that later. It was nice knowing you, Yuichi-san. You will be missed. Don't just write me off like that. I already said this last night, but I'm really sorry. I swear I'll find some way to make this up to you. You can start by smoothing things over with her. The last thing I need is Hitoka clinging to me all the time like I'm a little child in need of an adult escort. Wouldn't she be the little child, though, since you're her big brother and all? Believe me, the fact that I'm her older brother won't keep her from patronizing me in the slightest. Hiya. Ah, I see. You can imagine my joy at the prospect of being babysat by her. At least you'll get to spend more time with your sister. That's gotta be a nice thing, right? I suppose. Oh man, that wasn't a happy I suppose. Shoichi sighs, slumping forward on the table with a defeated look on his face. I've just had so much stuff to worry about lately. I didn't need to add another one to the list. You're her older brother, though. You can't just ignore her forever. It's not supposed to be forever, just until I can get my problems dealt with. Do you even have that many problems to deal with? That's the first I've heard of it. Aww. Between the volleyball club, the student council, entrance exams, and my own grades, I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you about those, and that's already a lot. Now that Dad's back, I also have to worry about that, too. Why do you have to worry about your dad? I'd rather not get into that. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. You're fine. The man's just a piece of work. That's awful. Takahiko-san, that's Shoichi's dad's name, is a pretty overbearing man. I'm sure he's going to have to deal with a lot of pressure now that he's back home. You'd be right about that. Can you believe I have to deal with a curfew again? A curfew? Not even I have that. That's not too bad though, right? I mean, you're not the type to be out of the house late anyway. I have to be home by 6 p.m. Club activities can easily go over that on some days. Oh. Welcome back. Yeah. Oh. Actually, can we just talk about something else? I don't want to think about this right now. Yeah, sure. How about we talk about your lunch? But it's going to be pretty and delicious today, too. Actually, I had to buy a pre-made lunch at the convenience store. Yutoko was feeling spiteful towards me and didn't bring me any today. Gee, I wonder why. Well, maybe this is an opportunity to rely on her less. After all, you two don't even live together. I don't want to hear that from you. You're the cause of all this. Sorry. What is it with you today? You're just rolling along with the punches. Usually you'd have some kind of snarky remark on the ready. I don't know what to tell you. Are you sure you're okay? I'm fine. Seriously. I'm pretty sure my voice went up by 1 or 2 keys when I said I'm fine. But if anyone's noticed, they decided to just ignore it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have way better food than I do today. I have chicken karage. Damn! Your mom really went out of her way today. Actually, I'm the one who makes my lunches. She just leaves out the ingredients for me to use. Wait! You can cook? I studied in a boarding school and my parents work 2 jobs. I'm used to doing chores. Damn! Everyone's better at this kind of thing than I am. Not everyone. I give Shoichi a sly knowing glance. Saya immediately realizes what I mean. Oh, right. What? Shoichi looks between the two of us with confusion. It honestly bothers me. I feel awkward just looking at him. Trying to talking to him with the others around isn't too bad, but I'm not really being myself, am I? Ugh, my head hurts. I come out to the rooftop after class had ended for the day. Like most days, there's a nice breeze here on the rooftop, ruffling my fur and helping me deal with the heat. I'm glad the rooftop has restricted access to the students. At least that makes it so I don't have to share this place with anyone else. The only real mystery is why they never lock the door if they don't want anyone coming here. Even though we have practice day, I decided to take a few minutes to myself so I can relax before I go there. This weekend has been a little rough on my sanity. Ugh. I'm worrying about this whole thing with Shoichi more than I should be. Thought I'd resigned myself to accept him no matter whether him having feelings for me is true or not, but I can't get it out of my head. I've been thinking about it more and more since the idea was first planted. As I'm walking to the spot I usually nap in, I hear some shuffling. Who's... Oh. From behind the vent, I see the one person I wish I would never run into again. Well, isn't this obviously coincidental? We meet again. What? Why are you here? My brain immediately starts scrambling. Hi, bitch. I don't even want to think about being in the same room with this guy, and yet here he is. Right in front of me. If there's a god, he either really hates me or has a really twisted sense of humor. I could ask you the same question. I'm always here. This is kind of my place. Your place? Didn't see your name anywhere here. Must have missed it, unless you were the rooftop whose name I saw on the door. The wolf shrugs, staring at me with what is either absolute boredom or a really good poker face. Don't act smart with me. I come here every day, and I've never seen you here before that day when you tried pushing me. Oh, please. We both know I wasn't trying to push you. I don't think that's... Next question. There wasn't a question, but whatever, not my problem. What does that guy even see with seeing you in the first place? You're so bland. Could you just shut up already? Stop bringing Shoichi into this. Why? Have I struck a nerve? You know you did. It's not my fault he's always obsessing about you whenever you're around. He's like a dog in heat. Seeing the way he acts around you, frankly, makes me want to puke. The wolf has the biggest shit-eating grin on the planet. Oh, he's so fucking smug it honestly pisses me off, which I'm sure is his objective in the first place. I know I should control myself. I know I shouldn't say anything about it, but I feel like my blood is boiling as I begin to seethe with rage. He can say whatever the hell he wants me to. Whatever the hell he wants me. He can say whatever the hell he wants about me, but to badmouth Shoichi in front of me? He has a lot of nerve. Which one? Ah! Ah! Are we saying yes to being the better man or yes to talking back? Okay, I guess we're talking back. Oh yeah? You want to know what I think? I know Shoichi wants to believe he's a good guy deep down, and I know I shouldn't use what he told me against this guy, but the wolf lifts an eyebrow. Talk shit, get hit. That stupid smile still plastered all over his face. All forms of self-control on my part fail one after another. I think you're just some lost little kid who likes to act tough when, in fact, deep down they're just pushing everyone away because you're afraid they'll hurt you like Daddy did. The smile immediately vanishes. His eyes go cold. I don't see a hint of emotion on his face. No smile, no frown, no expression. What are you talking about? Oh, you know, Daddy got drunk and decided to take his frustrations out on you and your mommy. Pretty cliche if I say so myself. Who told you that? Then his voice finally comes out again. It's shaky and uncertain. Okay, we might be going a bit too far. I already knew from the start that I was going too far, but only now do I begin to regret it. My reaction is akin to responding to an insult with a nuke. I look down at the floor, scratching the back of my neck. I'm so... Who told you? He shouts at me, snapping my attention and my eyes back to him. The wolf stares at me with bared fangs and bristled fur. His eyes have shrunk to the point of looking like slits. He's snarling at me, his breathing rapid and erratic. At any second now, I'm afraid he might jump at me. I take a step back and lift my arms in the air, trying to de-escalate the situation. I'm sorry, okay? What's that fucking dog? Was he the one that told you? It had to be him! He only told me because he didn't want me to get angry at you or report you for what you did. He was trying to protect you. Protect me? I don't need to be protected. I don't need to be pitied, damn it! I'm more than capable enough of protecting myself. I'm not saying you do. It's just what? Shoichi just cares. Even if you're an insufferable piece of shit, which you are, he still cares about you because you're a member of his team, so he wants to help you. The wolf looks me up and down, raising an eyebrow. He seems to have calmed down somewhat, or at least he's no longer ready to lunge at my neck. Is this you? If this is you trying to be comforting, then you really suck at it. Well, fuck you too. Haruki sighs, leaning his back against the vent and sliding down until his ass is seated on the floor. Just perfect. He mutters those words, more to himself than anyone else. Oh, and I just might kick his ass for telling you this. Please don't. I don't want to see him getting cuffed because he put you in the hospital. Oh, you don't think I can take him in a fight? I don't think there's a high schooler in this country that can. That guy's freakishly strong. He looks away, but not before I catch a glimpse of something that looks like a hint of a smile on his face. Yeah, I kind of noticed that. He's lost all of the attitude he just had a few minutes ago. Instead, he stares quietly at the roof's guardrails, or maybe he's looking at the sky beyond them. So, why are you here? Why? You want me to leave? His voice doesn't have any sign of derision or malice in it anymore. It echoes clear and honestly sounds quite a bit bored. Instead of trying to taunt me or annoy me, it sounds like he just doesn't care. It kind of catches me off guard how quickly his personality flipped. Or maybe he's always like this? That's not what I'm saying. Like, I want to know why you decided to start coming here all of a sudden. Like I said, I come here all the time and had never seen you here before. The wolf sighs, rubbing his forehead. Don't you have other people to annoy instead of me? Friends, maybe? Sure, but none of them are here right now, so I guess you're the one I'm stuck with. I can still walk out. Sure. That was also true 5 minutes ago, though, and you didn't. He sighs again. This guy sure can sigh. If you're not going to do anything to amuse me, then you could at least be quiet. Yeah? Well, too bad then. I'm not here to satisfy your whims. Clearly. You're merciless, too. I don't think anyone would ever be so cruel enough to just throw that shit on my face to spite me. Do we want to go back? Do we want to go back? Like, rewind time and go back. That would have been smart. Unfortunately, we have something called the scroll wheel, so we can just... Let's just keep going. Yeah, stop apologizing. It's not needed, and frankly, it's annoying. Own up to what you did already. This guy's attitude makes me come and go on the whole feeling bad about it thing. What? Let's just hope. I mean, I don't think we are. Like, hang on. If I hit pause and go to, like, the character thing. I think if I were to click on Shoichi. I don't know. That did nothing. Feeling bad about it thing. Although I've got to admit, no one's ever treated me like that before. It's refreshing. Kind of amusing, too. You found that amusing? Jeez, you really are a broken toy. Pretty much. But I own up to it. That doesn't give you a pass to be an insufferable... Wow. Man, you really do have an impressive vocabulary of insults. You talk to your mother that way? No. Only to shitty little juniors who think they're so smart and amazing. Pfft, I take back what I said. I might actually like you. Pass. Also, you still haven't answered my question of why you came up here. Oh, God, you're not going to let that go, are you? Don't plan to, no. You're already up here with me, and you already know... we'll get you nowhere, so what's the harm in talking? It almost sounds like he's weighing whether he should be forthcoming or keep acting like a jerk. Well, if he chooses to be a jerk, then I can at least tell Shoichi that I tried, but that there's no redeeming this guy. Instead, he sighs one more time, scratching the top of his head and looking away from me. The first time I came here, I did so because I was called by the captain. But while I was waiting for him, I really liked the breeze up on the roof and how quiet it is. Oh! What? Are you going to make fun of me for it? No, that's not what I was thinking at all. Honestly, those are the same reasons why I like it up here. I'm kind of surprised by it. And he would just list the exact same reasons why I like it to be here. That's one hell of a coincidence. I swear to God, if we end up on Haruki's route, I guess we're doing Haruki's route first if we end up on there. But, oh my God. It'd be one hell of a coincidence. He's not exactly very talkative, is he? Honestly, why am I even trying to talk to this guy in the first place? Is what I would like to say, but I already know the answer to that. Shoichi believes he's actually a good guy who just needs someone to talk to. Well, Shoichi is also incredibly naive. No one's ever just going to solve his issues just by talking. Pretty sure that even if Shoichi's right, this guy's still going to need years of therapy to readjust. But it doesn't hurt to try talking to him, I guess. Can I ask you a question? You've already been bugging me this whole time. Might as well. I'll just choose to take that as a wholehearted agreement. Why do you antagonize Shoichi so much? Yeah, we just had the kissing dream. You've got nothing but criticism about him. Am I supposed to like the guy? Actually, I already think that you do, but I think it's best to omit that for now. Not what I mean, just... You've got to know that he means well, right? The wolf shrugs. Oh, okay. What he means doesn't matter to me. It's the things he does that annoy me. He always keeps telling me to do things. Who does he think he is to boss me around? He's kind of bossy, yeah, but he only does that because he wants to help. He does that because he thinks he knows better. There's no question about it anymore. Everyone at the club treats him as their only hope of victory. We have to rely on him for everything. No matter what you do or how well you do, he always gets the credit in the end. It's infuriating. Why should I work together with that guy? I'm sure if you told him how I feel, he told him how I feel? He's not my goddamn shrink. Why would I have to tell him how I feel? Does he have to go against everything I say? Yeah, I think, like, yeah, I'm going based on what Mug over here said. Look, just take it from someone who knows him well. Shoichi really does mean to help. He just might not always come across that way. Yeah, sure, someone who knows him well. Is that why you never realize how hopelessly he's fallen for you? Because you know him so well? He cocks his head to the side, eyeing me with curiosity. What? Not going to deny it? I'm not sure I can anymore. Oh, that's it. He merely mutters an "oh" and looks away from me awkwardly. That's all you're going to say? Oh? Last time you had a lot more that you wouldn't stop talking about. Last time you were in denial. What the hell do you expect me to say to that? You basically just admitted it. Oh. See? Nothing to be said. Yeah. I guess this is the point when I'm supposed to wish you the best or something like that. I don't really want to, but I guess talking to you is kind of fun, so I suppose I should. Thanks, but I think I'll pass. He shrugs once more. Hey, suit yourself. I'm trying to be nice here. I'm surprised you even know how. If you prefer me to go back to insults, then I can do that too. Pass even harder. Then stop complaining about what you already have. Yeah, whatever you say. You know, if only you were nicer to people, you'd see that they wouldn't shun you so much. Now, why the fuck would I want to do that? Oh, come on, just keep it in mind, okay? Be just a little less... be just a little bit less of an asshole. I'm sure you'll eventually notice a difference. He stays silent, apparently choosing to ignore my words. Well, if he decides to even just think about it a little bit, then I'll already be happy. I really think he'd have a lot more success if he just learned to cooperate with people. We both stare at the sky and the clouds that are lazily passing by above us. The sensation of the wind ruffling my fur is calming as always. I can definitely understand why he'd like it up here. It's peaceful in a sense. I guess for someone that has that's had the kind of life he has, peaceful would sound really alluring. And yet here I am thinking about him as if I've got him all figured out. In reality, all I know is one little thing about him, and yet I let that define him in my mind, and suddenly I already have an image of him formed in my head. If other people treat him like this once they found out about what happened, then I can definitely understand why he'd be annoyed all the time. In a sense, I guess I can relate. I always remember being looked at with pity after my dad died. Once teachers and other adults found out, I was no longer my own person. I was just the boy whose father died in a car accident. Ugh, the last thing I want to be doing is relating to this guy. Or maybe I'm just trying to justify his actions because I don't want Shoichi to be wrong about him. I can only imagine how disappointed he'd be if that were the case. And I don't want to see that. What do you plan to do? Huh? His voice snaps me out of whatever daze I had found myself in. Man, I really have to stop spacing out everywhere. You know, about him being all gay for you. What do you plan on doing? Do you have to put it that way? Alright, I'll rephrase. What do you plan on doing about him being all ga for you? How's that any better? You never asked for better. You just asked me not to say it that way. Point taken. Either way, I don't know what I'll do. I'm still not 100% sure that he's really, you know, gay, queer, a flaming homosexual. Could you stop framing things that way? I was looking for a metaphor. And I said the actual words. Anyway, go on. The urge to smack him rising rapidly. Must not smack. I'm still not sure if he's those things you said. I don't know if I should say something about it or not. Unless you plan on confessing to him, then I just avoid the subject altogether. You just hurt him. I didn't expect to see you giving me legit advice. Haruki shrugs, looking bored and uninterested. I'm a little box of surprises. Besides, if you start dating, I can only imagine how glorious the train wreck would be, so I kind of want to see it. Of course you'd have a shitty reason for doing it. Just because I can be nice doesn't mean I always want to. Can you just drop your attitude for 2 minutes and try to be helpful? The wolf raises an eyebrow, staring at me like I'm some kind of foreign life form, his tail whipping around behind him. If you like him, kiss him. If you don't, say nothing. It's not exactly that hard. I'm not just going to kiss him out of the blue. What are you, insane? A sly smile appears on his face as he stares up at me. It sends a shiver down my spine. Funny that's the part you focused on. Could it be that you just accidentally admitted to liking him too? What? No. God, you get flustered so easy. Fuck you. Sorry, no can do. It looks like there's already someone else you want to fuck. Ugh. God, give me patience, because if you give me strength, I'm going to smack this guy. Hey, you've got no reason to hold out on me. Just tell me the truth. Why am I even supposed to open up to you? You're an ass. True, but I'm also the only person who knows, so I'm the only one you can talk to about it. Besides, you don't really like me, so you don't have to worry about saying something that'll hurt my feelings. That's a fair point. Why do I find myself agreeing with this guy? I don't know how I feel about it. When you first told me, I didn't believe it, but it kept repeating inside my head. I started getting more conscious of him and noticing the tiniest things. I've done nothing but think about it since then. Oh man, I really did a number on you, huh? Yes, you did. Another thing to add to the list of reasons I don't like you. If it's any comfort, I'm pretty sure other people's lists are way longer than yours. That is no comfort at all. Good. I was hoping it wouldn't be. You're an asshole. Thank you. You too. It looks to me that you've already fallen for the guy and just didn't realize it yet. Honestly, that's just disgusting. What? There's no way. Okay, here's a little experiment to prove it to you. Think about kissing a guy. Think about kissing me. What? Why would I? Just shut up and do it already. I grumble a bit, but decide to do it. I close my eyes and think of him. I think of his body lightly grazing against me, of his face slowly getting closer to... No way! Jeez, at least try to sound a little less disgusted. Anyway, that's your baseline. This is how you feel about kissing other guys. Could also just be because you're a little shit and I don't like you. Might not have anything to do at all with me liking Shoichi, or other guys for that matter. Sure, whatever makes you sleep at night, man. Anyway, now imagine it's the dog kissing you instead. I don't even have to think much about it. Just as soon as I close my eyes, that dream starts playing again. I remember all the times I thought Shoichi looked handsome. For some reason, those thoughts would cross my mind without me even thinking it. Like when he took me to the shopping district and he told me about all the things that had been stressing him out lately. The way he pulled me by the hand made my heart beat fast. Or the day he took me to the festival and gave me the goldfish that I now have in an aquarium in my room. The smile on his face back then was wonderful. Or just a few days ago when we shared a bed. The look on his face as it was so close to mine made me want to melt. I think of Shoichi's arms wrapped around me, of his lips pressed up against mine. Thought alone makes my heart beat fast, but I don't feel any disgust at all. The idea doesn't bother me in the least. Well, your face is going red and you're not screaming out in shame and disgust, so I'm going to go ahead and say you have your answer. I'm still not sure. Oh, for fuck's sake. Just go tell him already, you fucking fag. Excuse me, what did you call me? Get used to it. That's what people are going to be calling you once you two dorks start being even more lovey-dovey in public than you already are. We are not lovey-dovey. Up until a few weeks ago, he was not in love with you. Up until a minute ago, you were not crushing on him. See the pattern here? Yeah, that's allowed. The phrase kiss him is allowed, Automod. Fuck you. You wish. Anyway, I'm out of here. All this love talk is making me want to puke. If you'll excuse me. Knock yourself out. Literally. Against a door, preferably. See you later, too. Well, that was fun. Somewhat. What the fuck am I supposed to do now, though? I slide down with my back against the same vent Haruki had been leaning on until now. Ugh, I need to clear my head. I just want to stop having these thoughts already. May 25th, Thursday, day 15. I sit down on a nearby bench to rest after a particularly draining exercising session. Even though the courts are being converted for use in the festival, Coach found us a loophole. We can still do most of our aerobics training outside the courts and then just go inside the locker room to get changed. This way we at least don't stay idle. Some of us also take the time to practice our swings. Basically, as long as we're not using an actual ball, it's all golden. The feeling of my muscles on fire has gotten so common over the years that it's almost soothing in its own way. I take a chug of my bottle of energy drink, rejoicing upon the feeling of cool liquid inside my mouth. Practice is the one thing that can get me to clear my mind, and these past few days I've needed to do that more than ever. Coach certainly seemed pleased to see me working out with so much vigor. Never mind the fact that he has no idea why I'm doing it in the first place. How's progress? Sai shows up while I wasn't looking and takes the seat next to mine. I've been doing some progress on improving my backhand. I don't want to end up being targeted again like it was in the match with Yuya. Ah, that's sad. That's the Akita you faced in the finals, right? I nod, taking another sip of my drink. Man, that was tough. I'll bet. I didn't expect to see you working that hard for a win before against playing Tanabe-kun. I don't even want to think of playing against that guy, but yeah, that's why I'm working on my backhand. It just made me realize that if a guy who knows absolutely nothing of strategy can still figure out that my backhand is an easy weakness to exploit, then I need to address it. Sai gives me a few taps on the back, smiling cheerfully. It's so good to see you putting in some effort again. Oh, fuck my back. Fuck. What are you talking about? I always put effort into it. The fact that you're even saying that just shows how out of touch with reality you are. Oh, fuck off. Are you really going to take that tone with me? She cracks her knuckles as a warning and I immediately gulp. I mean, you're right. Yeah, that's it. You're right. I've just been lazing around a lot. That's better. Jesus, this girl's terrifying when she wants to be. Well, I should be getting ready to go home. I'm just going to give the freshmen some advice and then I'll be going. There you go. See ya. Have a safe trip home. You too. She gives me a little wave as she hops away towards a group of freshmen that seem to be waiting for her. I'm surprised by how dutiful she is to the club. I suppose she was always a responsible type. Her personality just does a damn good job of masking that. Better get going too. And now I'm talking to myself. Wonderful. I do not trust this. I don't trust this. I do not trust this at all. I do not trust it. I don't trust it. Despite the protests of my legs, I walk towards my locker so I can get changed to go home. Hiya. I swear, I can hear some creaking here and there with each step I take. Guess I've been overdoing it a little lately. Ah! I see Shoichi standing in front of my locker with his arms crossed, leaning his back against the metal door. Ah, there you are. I look away from him, walking right to the door, nudging him away so I can open it. There you go. Here I am. Do you want to go somewhere together now that practice is over? Don't you have to keep up with your curfew? I should be fine if it's just one time. Your dad will chew you out if you get home late. I know, I'm okay with that. I just want us to hang out for a bit. I think I'll pass. I still can't even look him in the eye. Every time I do, I keep having these thoughts again. Ever since that stupid Haruki told me all those weird things, I've been confused. What's wrong with me? You should probably get changed. If you stay in those sweaty clothes for too long, your fur's going to stink more than it already is. Mm-hmm. God, this is awkward. Can you at least wait for me while I get dressed? I really am in a hurry to get home right now. I'm afraid of even looking up to see what his face is like right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he were really mad at me right now. I know I'm being unreasonable. I know I'm being obvious. I'm just weaseling out of an uncomfortable situation without doing anything about it. Actually, iOS, incorrect. Because no more future. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Morinatsu remake, Homecoming Morinatsu Revisited, both of those are on iOS, so you could, like, get those. I know that. But I don't even know what's happening to me right now. If I do or say the wrong thing, I could potentially ruin my friendship with him. Yeah, like Apple iPhones. Like, I use an iPhone. Wait, Soleil Tales of a New Dawn is on iPhone? I swear to God, if it is, I'm going to be... I don't even know how I'm going to react. Let me check. It is not. Actually, let me check the itch.io page real quick, because I am curious about this. I am very curious about this. It is not on iOS. Like, I just checked it. Oh, that's right, the HTML version. And the thought of that alone already terrifies me. Without saying another word, Shoichi walks away from me. He's probably gone to get changed. Take this opportunity to finish getting changed myself as fast as I can go so I can get out of here. Before I noticed, I'd already zoomed out of the door with my bags hanging from my shoulder. I should probably be in the clear for now. Ugh. I'm not being normal lately, and it's only been getting worse these past couple weeks. So many things just started clicking into place lately. Things I never even had a second thought about suddenly seem so suspicious. I hate it. All of a sudden, I feel a hand firmly gripping me by the shoulder and stopping me as I walk. Yeah, that's allowed. I'm spun around where I stand and am greeted by Shoichi. His face looks incredibly annoyed and angry. My eyes instinctively go down to my feet. You're coming with me. Shoichi, I really need to... That's not optional! He grabs me by my wrist and starts pulling me back towards the school building. Wait, Shoichi! He doesn't give an ear to my complaints and forcibly drags me away without a word. The metal door closes behind me with a loud bang as Shoichi nearly slams it shut. For some reason, he's dragged me towards the rooftop. Talk to me. I talk about what? For God's sake, do you think I'm stupid or something? You've been ignoring me all week. How about you start with that? I don't know what you're talking about. That's ridiculous. Come on, do you really think I'm that dumb? You've been ignoring me ever since you spent the night at my place. You barely talk to me when we're together with everyone else. You actively go out of your way to avoid spending time with me. Time alone with me. You don't answer your phone, you don't text back, you're not slick. It's pretty damn obvious that you're avoiding me. That's... Look, Yuichi, I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry, alright? Huh? Maybe I was too hard on you because of that thing with my sister. I know you meant well, and I'm sorry I got so... No! That's not it at all. I see. Look, I might not know what it is, but whatever it is I did, I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing to me if you don't even know what happened? Because some things are more important to me. Getting ignored by you hurts. You have no idea how much it hurts. So it doesn't matter to me what I did or didn't do. If it means you'll stop ignoring me, I'll apologize however many times I need to. I'm speechless. My chest suddenly feels really tight. Stop it. You don't have to apologize. It's nothing you did. Then what is it, you? I can't think of any words. Seeing the look on his face makes my chest hurt even more for some reason. Not being able to bear it, I look away from him. There you go again. You're not even looking at me. That's not... It has to be something. Come on, just tell me. Please? Why is he saying this? Why is he being so sweet and understanding? If he realizes that what I've been doing, then why isn't he mad at me? Why is he only making me feel more confused? You? Shoichi calls my name out one more time. He sounds so strained, as if he's already nearing his break point. Seeing him like this, hearing him call my name like this. Why does it make my chest hurt so much? I've just been really confused and worried lately. Even before the party thing. What do you mean? I'm just unsure about how you feel for me. Even though I've wanted to keep quiet about this, before I notice it, the dam inside of me bursts. What? What's that even supposed to mean? I swallow 1, 2, 3 times in an attempt to get the words to come out of me. I decide to leave out the part with Haruki because I don't know how he'd react. The last thing I need right now is for him to get into a fight with someone over that. It's just, I've noticed a lot of the things you do or say to me aren't the kinds of things you do for just anyone. And once I realized that, a lot of the things you've done for me in the past, I started seeing them in a different light. And I don't know anymore whether you think of me as a friend or... My voice trails off before I can finish that last sentence. No, it's more like I can't bring myself to finish that sentence. Because it's the last step. After I open this door, there's really no coming back. Even if he can piece together what I'm trying to say from all this, even though I know it wouldn't be hard at all for him to do, I still can't bring it to words. Because whether my suspicions turn out to be correct or not, voicing them out loud would just change everything. Shoichi? His eyes start to the floor, looking away from my gaze. His face is red. Something clicks inside of my head. I realize that he can't deny it. The reason he can't look at me is because he cannot deny it. Shoichi, now you're the one avoiding me. Sorry, it's just that you really caught me by surprise. So you noticed before I had the chance to tell you, huh? Man, I really hate myself for letting that happen. Even though I already knew it, hearing it said in actual words makes my heart skip a beat. Why is my heart beating so fast? Why is it that I somehow feel happy to hear it? What's going on with me? So it's true. Yes, I'm sorry. To be fair, I did try telling you before, but you didn't hear me that time. What? So you pieced all of this together but totally forgot that other time when we went to the festival and were hiding from the rain in that alley at night? I can't. Jeez, it's just like you to be this dense. So this is why you've been avoiding me this past week. You figured it out. Yeah. You're probably disgusted by it, huh? What? It's okay, I'll leave you alone. You don't have to say anything. The sound of Shoichi choking on his words as he says them breaks my heart. He turns around and begins to leave. Wait! Before he can walk away from me, I reach out and pull him back. I don't know why, but my body just moved on its own. Don't just decide how I'm supposed to feel without even letting me talk, damn it! The words come out of my mouth before I even notice it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell. It's alright. Shit. My mind is drawing a blank. Say something. Just say something. I should wait, just let me collect my thoughts. Shoichi nods, pulling his arm away that I'm still clutching in my right hand. Okay, just say what you have to say. How am I supposed to think straight when he's looking at me like that? Even though he's smiling and trying to put on a brave face, he's crossing his arms so tightly around his body that his hands are shaking. Just seeing this, I already know what he's thinking. He's preparing himself to be rejected. I've been very confused lately about my own feelings. What? I see his hands relaxing for only a split second. Collecting every shred of courage I have, I swallow one last time before speaking. Ever since I realized this about you, I've just been thinking about it all the time. I just can't get it out of my head. I can't get you out of my head. I've even had dreams about you and I don't know why. My chest hurts right now and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with me. He's oddly silent right now. The things I just said, it sounds oddly like a confession now that I think about it. But I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. The inside of my head is just so jumbled up that I feel so lost. Well, Shoichi! Sorry. I know I shouldn't be laughing right now. Yuichi, I think you might have a crush on me. I do? Jeez, you're so slow on the uptake. How can you not notice it yourself? I don't know. Is it really it? Is this really it? I've never had romantic feelings for anyone before. I don't know what it's supposed to be like. I guess I'm a bit curious. I don't want to accept it, but this is pretty much what that wolf told me. God, I wanted him to be wrong just out of spite. Do I really have a crush on you? Beats me. What? But you just said... Come on, how am I supposed to tell you what you feel? I'm not a mind reader. Besides, you already know that I have feelings for you. It'd be very suspect if I try to convince you that you have feelings for me, no? I guess. Shoichi reaches out with his hand, tenderly brushing it against my cheek. Do you feel better after getting it out in the open? Not really. I'm still confused. What about you? I feel so relieved. Really? Yeah, you have no idea how scared I was of your reaction. I thought for sure I'd lose you if you ever found out. I've been carrying these feelings and this fear for years. Years? Yeah. Please let me say this properly for once. Shoichi's hand grasps mine. I swallow loudly in anticipation and then nod. I love you. I've loved you since we were kids. I choke on my words, unable to come up with something to say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I really have a crush on you, and now love, Don't worry about it. I've had feelings for you for the longest time. They've had more than enough time to develop and reach this point. Well, you've only been thinking of me recently. If you do have feelings for me at all, I don't expect them to have reached that point. He's being so understanding. My heart is beating so fast. I've never felt this way before. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be sure. I can think of one way to be sure. What do you... Before I can wrap my head around what is going on, Shoichi puts his arm around my waist and pulls me closer to him. My hand instinctively goes for his chest to keep us from bumping together. That's when he wraps his other hand around mine, gently stroking the back of my hand with his fingers. He gets so close to me that our noses touch. I can feel his breathing on my face. My mind immediately goes blank. Everything else seems to disappear from my sight. The only thing I can properly see is Shoichi right in front of me. How about this? He looks down at me, his big green eyes staring right into me, sparkling with so much life that I can feel myself getting lost in his gaze. It's at this moment, with him cradling me so close to him, that I can finally feel the enormity of his affection for me. My heart speeds up even faster, so fast that I'm afraid it's going to burst. But I also notice one other thing. Your heart's beating really fast. Shoichi chuckles, pressing his nose a little closer to mine. The tip of his nose is warm and fuzzy, and having it this close to me makes my face feel hot. Of course it is. Look at the position I'm in. There's no way I wouldn't be nervous right now. Nah, we a guy. We're a man. I have a hard time imagining you being nervous. You look so confident most of the time. Thanks for having so much faith in me. Right now I'm terrified. Just feel it for yourself. Shoichi squeezes my hand, pushing it even harder against his chest. I can feel his heart beating rapidly against his chest, maybe even faster than my own. Ah, see? He smiles at me and that immediately makes me melt. Shoichi. I can't even seem to form words at this moment. My brain is swimming in so much white that I feel as if I'm about to crash. Would you let me go one step further? My mouth feels so dry right now. I'm flashing back to that dream I had last week, one that I've been thinking of since then. I feel like my heart's about to stop. Still, silently, I nod. Shoichi leans a little closer to me. I close my eyes. That's when I feel something warm and moist and gingerly press against my lips. Shoichi's touch is gentle, almost fleeting. It's almost as if he's holding himself back out of fear he'd make me flee. My body, however, immediately reacts to this situation. I press into the kiss. This is so heartwarming! For a second, I truly believe that my heart has stopped. I can't hear anything. I can't see anything. All I have is the feeling of Shoichi's lips against mine. In that moment, for some reason, I feel like I can truly let go of my worries. I accept his kiss and his embrace and just let myself do what comes naturally to me. My heart sings in joy, a joy I've never felt before. This is my first kiss with my best friend, and yet it doesn't disgust me at all. I truly feel like I belong here. Nothing has ever felt so right for me before. That's when Shoichi pulls away from me. I immediately miss the feeling of his body pressed up against mine. When I realize that I miss it, I suddenly feel really self-conscious and embarrassed. Even though I imagine it can't be too different for him, since Shoichi's face is still bright red. That was... Would it be too cliche if I said it was everything I'd hoped it would be? That's really embarrassing to hear. You're really cute when you're embarrassed, though. But, how did it feel for you? I have a hard time putting it to words. Or at least speaking the words I think out loud. I can't help but feel embarrassed. I mean, this is Shoichi I'm talking about. To suddenly be talking about this kind of thing with him? About him? It's embarrassing. I think we're good to give it a try. You mean, give dating a try? Yeah. Oh man, my face feels so hot right now. Ah! 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 I'm dead! I'm fucking dead! Shoichi immediately pounces me, wrapping me in another tender hug. What? Shoichi! Sorry, it's just... You have no idea how happy it makes me to hear you say that. He might think I have no idea, but the speed with which his heart is beating is already a dead giveaway. Oh man, this is so embarrassing. I'll bet. If we had a lot longer to get used to the idea than you did, it's okay if it feels a bit weird for you for a while. I never said it felt weird, though. Hey, you? Yeah? I know you're not ready to say it back, and I don't want you to feel pressured to do it. I don't even know if we'll ever get to a point where you will be, but right now, because I've been holding back for so many years, I just want to say it again. We're going to do Haruki's route next. I love you. The sun's light shining on his face causes my eyes to seem like they're twinkling. Makes everything seem so much more real. The intensity of his feelings is so much that I blush and look away. It's so embarrassing. You idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot, and I can be your idiot. You just have to ask me to be. Yeah. I curve my body forward, resting my forehead on his neck. At least for right now, none of this feels wrong. At least for right now, for the first time in over 2 weeks, my mind isn't racing with ideas and worries anymore. We're gonna leave off here tonight. Ah! 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 I am going to need to recover from that, and by recover, I mean obviously set that CG as my laptop's wallpaper. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.